on their face. So this technology takes a very complex telescope and shrinks it down into something that we can put into the eye. And we do this traditionally at the time of cataract surgery. So we take out your cataract and we put in this lens. And there's been some recent changes with how we approach this, that now we can take out your existing cataract lens, your artificial lens, your intraocular lens, and replace it with this device if certain criteria are met. So back to the scarred macula, you have this center. So just say the word cat is there and you can't see part of the C, the A, and part of the T. Well, what this does is it magnifies the image onto your retina so that now maybe just part of that A you can't see. So you're gaining perspective on everything because everything gets blown up. There are external telescopes that can be mounted on people's glasses that provide a similar type experience, but the difference is when it's in your eye, when you move your eyes to the left or right, it moves with you. Whereas if you have something on your glasses, you have to move your whole head in order to be able to see what you're looking at. So there is that advantage. So what does the telescope do? Well, it provides magnification, so you're able to see smaller details without that weren't visible without magnification before. It minimizes that scotoma, so it takes that area that you can't see and makes it smaller, thereby sort of improving your vision. If you look at our formal ways of measuring vision, you do get a visual improvement of a couple lines of vision, which is significant. And then I think one of the bigger benefits is that it permits natural scanning, and then it allows vision improvement for, I think, more day-to-day stuff. If you actually look at some of my happiest patients with this, their vision didn't improve significantly when we measure them in clinic, but their quality of vision and their quality of life improved significantly. So when you look at the telescope, one of the key outcome measures is really this threshold of 2200 that I mentioned. So patients who are worse than that, are legally blind, centrally blind, and with the telescope we find that they sort of leapfrog that 2200 and get to a point where their average vision is not great. I mean, you're not going to be driving a car, but you can enjoy TV, you can take care of yourself, and that's one of the things we see in a lot of patients who have macular degeneration. They become dependent on other people. And if we can benefit them and we can make them more independent, that gives them a lot more self-esteem. They're able to enjoy life. I had a patient who, I think my first patient who I implanted with the telescope was a gentleman who really loved the angels. And the angels suck. And he still loved them, and he couldn't watch them. And once we put the telescope in, his vision actually didn't improve when we looked at it from a numerical standpoint, but he was able to watch TV, follow the games, and he was just a happy guy for the remainder of his time. So really a unique device, but in the right patient, very, very powerful.